something I gotta tell y'all. What's up, y'all? Welcome to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. Hey friends, it's your girl and I'm back after a year. I'm back. Hey y'all, I know y'all thinking like, Courtney, what the heck, where have you been? And if you follow me on my other socials, then you probably are a little bit more hip than my YouTube friends. But yeah, if you don't, I know it's like, girl, and I feel you, because I feel the same way. Last time I recorded and posted a YouTube video, I was 25. I'm 27. That says a lot. It's been a little over a year since I posted a video, and I am so sorry, y'all. I'm so sorry, kinda, but I'm kinda not. And I'm gonna tell you why, because I feel like y'all will understand. I'm gonna tell y'all why, what's been going on, where I've been, and what I got coming up. Because one thing about me, I always got something going on, okay? So anyways, let's run this back. The last time I saw y'all was in June of 2022. It is now August of 2023, so it's been a little over a year. And yeah, y'all, when y'all saw me, I was engaged to Q. I was living in Sumter, South Carolina. I was staying in an apartment in the trenches. And I was a bit heavier, okay? I was like 60 or so pounds heavier than what I am now. So let me tell y'all what I did, because your girl has been on her Zoom, okay? So let's start with the engagement. I know I got engaged of March 2022. Like 4 months after getting engaged, me and Q decided to get married, okay? So y'all don't see my engagement ring, but y'all see this wedding band. And actually this is new. I just got this wedding band because we went ahead and had a wedding on impulse. And so yeah, life was life. And Q got a job in May of last year, and he had to move all the way to Birmingham, Alabama, and I was in South Carolina. So I was definitely like, I had the blues, okay? And we had just been like newly engaged, and I was like, he leaving me, okay? But it was for the greater good. He was able to break into his field, into IT, and do what he loves, explore his passion. And if you know, you know, my job moves me around, or moved me around quite often. I moved every year for 3 years, and I was in completely different roles, different cities, states, sometimes even. And so yeah, Q was like gracious enough to follow me around for 2.5 years basically. But it was time for him to put himself first, Lucius. Put himself first, Lucius. So anyways, he moved to Birmingham, Alabama shortly after we got engaged. And so I was like, I gotta secure my man, period. So we just decided to go ahead and get married in July. And so we were planning this big wedding, y'all. We were planning this big wedding in like March or so, and it just became overwhelming, inexpensive, okay? Because I was looking at venues in Atlanta, and I found my dream venue, and it was like $10,000 without food. And y'all catch this, that was just $10,000 for the reception, not even the ceremony, okay? They was charging, I think, an additional $3,000 for the ceremony. So yeah, the prices just was not sitting well in my soul nor my spirit. So I just could not get comfortable with the amount of money that I was going to have to spend on a wedding, okay? Because food, DJ, all that stuff is a whole nother ball game, okay? So anyway, we bypassed that. We were planning a small little intimate ceremony in Mobile, Alabama, and Q's dad is a preacher. My father-in-law is a preacher. He was going to officiate the wedding, and it was just going to be like us, maybe like 10 to 15 close family members. But y'all, then his parents came down with the Omarion, the COVID-19, and shook my world, okay? So like the week of, we had to pivot from having a small intimate ceremony in Mobile to we ended up just deciding to just do a courthouse wedding. But yeah, we had to call, cancel everything, and luckily we did not lose out on any money. But we ended up deciding to just still get married that same week. You know, I felt like nothing was going right with us trying to plan this big ceremony, and I didn't even really want a ceremony, so I just knew in my soul that was not for us. But yeah, I did end up getting married that like 4 months after getting engaged. So yes, I'm a wife. We just celebrated our 1 year last month, so that was super fun. But yes, that did happen, and overall that just taught me, you know, stick to what you really want. I knew I didn't really want a giant wedding or anything like that, but I just was trying to make sure I didn't miss out on anything in life, and I just felt like everybody else was doing it, so you know, it was definitely an experience to be had. But yeah, just not for me, and I'm cool with that. A year later, I have not thought twice about it. I do not regret my decision one bit. Okay, so yes, that happened. I did get married in the year I've been away from you all. Okay, additionally, I know y'all see my face look a little smaller than it did a year ago, and that's because your girl did have vertical sleeve gastrectomy. Did I say that right? Gastrectomy surgery in November of 2022. So yeah, I was doing a lot. Okay, I had a weight loss surgery is what that is, in November 1st actually. So yeah, y'all, I was going through that process. I think I started that in like April of 2022 and ended up completing my program, which consisted of a lot. I completed my program in November and had my surgery, y'all, and I feel like that's one of the best decisions I made in my year off. Since then, it's been 9 months since my surgery, and I've lost 60 pounds. Yay! 60 pounds is a huge difference, y'all. And yeah, y'all, that was something I definitely had to take some time off from the tube about. Like, I would post to my close friends that I was having weight loss surgery and was taking them on the journey and everything else, and I didn't tell anybody else. And it's not that I was hiding it because I was ashamed or because I was embarrassed or anything like that. It was because I didn't want anybody speaking doubts into my plans. Okay, I just decided not to let anybody know because I was met with a lot of negativity from people I considered close, and I know it wasn't coming from a place of like maliciousness, if that's even a word, or them being like bad people. It came from a point of really just not understanding what weight loss surgery is. Slow down. A place of them not understanding what weight loss surgery is and the benefits of it. You know, I feel like weight loss surgery has a lot of negative connotations to it, but y'all, it has been so life-changing for me. I still have to do the work. People think it's the easy way out. It's not. Okay, it's absolutely not. It is definitely a tool because sometimes you need help. Okay, sometimes you need help, just like you go and take out a loan sometimes because sometimes you need help. Just like sometimes you go to school because you need that extra boost in your career. That's what weight loss surgery is for people who need help to lose weight. Okay, and so I'm big enough to admit I needed help. I had no idea what I was doing wrong in my weight loss journey. I sucked at working out by myself. I sucked at dieting, portion control, all of that stuff. And having surgery forced me to be good at it. You know, it gave me that extra push to be good at it. It gave me that extra push of understanding that I just did not have before. So not to, you know, over-explain myself, but that's part of the reason why I did not fully document my journey. Why I did not publicize it on social media as I was going through the process is because sometimes you have to protect your plans. Sometimes you have to protect your mental, your life, you know, and I feel like God gives you things, and you know, sometimes it's just for you and God to talk about. Sometimes you just have to pray about it with God because everybody's not going to understand, and everybody did not understand. And I feel like since having surgery, people have been very, very, very supportive. Whereas I don't feel like they would have been before, solely just because they did not understand, you know, but they see the results and how it's benefited me in my life and my health. I used to have headaches all the time. And I don't have headaches at all anymore. I used to sleep poorly. I used to snore. When I sleep, my husband tells me I do not snore at all. You know, that's a blessing. And I haven't got my sugar and like my blood tested and everything else, but before that, y'all, my sugar was like at pre-diabetic levels, and I had never had an issue with my sugar. So that was really like the final push for me to get it together. And yeah, I need to check to see if that has come down, because that, like I said, that was my main motivation for wanting to have weight loss surgery. So yeah, I'm really excited about that, y'all. If you want to see another video about like my weight loss surgery journey, let me know. Drop it down below in the comments, because I did vlog part of my journey. But I will say, while I was taking a break from YouTube and I was still recording, I don't think I was fully in my bag on my Zoom. So I don't know if the content is quality or good. But I'm still going to edit it anyway and post it for you all, just because somebody might find some value out of it. And even if it's not my best work, you know, it's still there, you know. And sometimes I like to just look back on my videos and see how far I've come. Yeah, that is that on the weight loss surgery, y'all. I'm trying to like zoom through everything, but like to do a synopsis for a year, it's hard, okay? It's difficult. When I'm talking about this, I'm like, dang, I did a lot in a year. I got a new job. I did get a new job. I finally graduated off of the program that I was on for my job, because like I was explaining before, the program I was in before required me to move a ton, y'all, for 3 years. And I just felt like by the time I had got really good at a job, it was time for me to up and move and learn something else. And sometimes I would like really enjoy the people, my role, and I didn't want to, you know. And so every time I would find a nail tech in the city, a hairstylist in the city, I would have to start all the way over again. And I was just over it. I was over it. Wanted stability. But anyways, ended up getting a new job. Y'all, my job is nothing but a blessing from the Lord now, okay? So before, I was in a material planning supervisor role. So I was 25 at the time, you know, supervising people who had been in the industry for 25 years. And while I think I was successful at it, it was definitely like taking a toll on my mental. It was difficult. And the management was just toxic. I can't put it any other way. Okay. The management was just toxic. And y'all, since I've been going, management has changed tenfold, like completely new staff. And I think that goes to show, you know, it just was not a healthy environment. But not to bash the place or anything, but I am saying that I just was not happy. I feel like in that era of my life, I was not happy with my job. I was not happy with my appearance, my weight, my health. I was extremely sad because I didn't have my helpmate, who I have been with for, at this point, 9 going on 10 years. It was just a lot for me. So anyways, I got a new job, and I did that solely to be back with Q, which is my husband, if you don't know. And then also to find something that I loved. I knew I wanted to do something remote. I knew I wanted to do something different, but it just felt like it was going to be hard to do all of those things, okay? So yeah, it was time for me to rotate off the program. So I was applying for full-time positions, stable positions that I didn't have to move a lot for. And y'all, in my application process, I applied for so many jobs, y'all, and all of them were intercompany. So I was able to do my research and reach out to the people, the hiring managers for all of those roles. But for my roles specifically, the hiring manager actually reached out to me. We had a great conversation. I felt like everything was extremely like just natural, like seamless, okay? And I think part of that is due to Black people being in spaces to where we can help each other out. My director is a Black man, and I feel like he was really critical to me getting this role. I know that for a fact, you know, actually, because he hired me. But we had a good conversation, you know, and I feel like he told me, like, we would be talking, he would call me young lady, and then he stopped and he'd be like, not that I'm trying to like diminish your talent or whatever, you know who you are. He said, but I have daughters that are your age, you know, and I see a lot of value in you, and I see a lot of potential in you. But he did tell me straight up, he was just like, we don't usually hire 25-year-olds to work in this role, because I work in a corporate role now. He was just like, we usually hire people with more experience, and we usually hire people with basically more education and who don't have the ability to be as flexible as you do. And that's when I told him I don't have the opportunity to be flexible. My husband lives in Birmingham and I'm trying to get there. And I feel like being honest and open with him about something so personal did help me get my job. And so he told me, he was like, okay, well, listen, even if you don't get this job, I'm still going to reach out to you for feedback, and I'd be more than happy to be your mentor. Straight like that, y'all. Straight like that. And so, yeah, after we had that conversation, I didn't think I was gonna get the job. I didn't think it because he had already told me it was just not normal for people my age to roll into my salary band. And he told me that it wasn't normal for people with the lack of experience to do what I do, you know. But I will say that he still had faith in me and hired me. So anyways, let me tell y'all how that happened. So I decided to visit my husband in Alabama one week. And I don't even remember why. Oh, this was after my surgery. He was taking care of me. I came down here. Anyways, I get a call from my director. He was like, do you have a minute? And I'm like, yeah, like not knowing what's happening. But him and my now boss called me up and they were just like, you got the job. And when I tell you, like, I screamed. Like, I knew it was not professional. But that's just how I felt. And I feel like I got the job for being genuine, being myself. I'm going to continue to be myself through and through. That was a highlight of my year, and I'm at the end of the year. So yeah, that just goes to show, you know, pray, don't doubt yourself, don't doubt God, have faith, you know, and just put yourself out there, because you never know. You know, I didn't think that I was gonna be able to get this job, but I tried. You know, I did have people tell me, you know, maybe you should lower your expectations, maybe you shouldn't look for a remote role or whatever. I had people tell me that it might have just been too early in my life to get these things as I was trying to get them, you know. But God just showed me that, you know, trust in me, I could do all things. So he did. He provided for me. And every day I wake up still in disbelief. I don't think I'm ever not going to be in shock that I'm at where I'm at in life, okay? And not to, like, you know, not bragging on myself, but I am saying that I'm just amazed. I'm just amazed at how much your life can change in such a short amount of time. Because all this had happened in a few months, y'all. All of this had happened in a few months. So anyway, yes, I have a new job. I'm remote. So needless to say, I did move back to Alabama to be with Q. And so that is currently where we reside. Birmingham, Alabama 205. Hey. Okay, I actually love it out here, y'all. I love it so much. I know people are like, dang, you live anywhere in the world but you in Alabama. And people swore up and down I was gonna move back to Houston, because Houston was my favorite city that I lived in. And honestly, I didn't think Birmingham had anything for me either. But like living out here now, y'all, the city is so full of culture. Like there were so many festivals going on for Juneteenth. There's stuff going on all the time. For my birthday, I actually went to a Black girl art show, got my first piece of art. I've met so many people out here, so many friends. I can genuinely say they're friends, and I've only been out here for a few months out here, just because the culture is so strong, and I feel like a lot of people are like-minded, and so it's easy to do that. Whereas in other cities, I felt like I just didn't fit in. You know, I was very uncomfortable, and being comfortable is not always a bad thing or a good thing, but in those cases, they were a bad thing. So anyways, now we're gonna take a water break because I've been talking a lot and I'm thirsty. All right, let's get back to it. I knew in November that I was going to be moving to Alabama. I had to finish up my current job, which ended at the end of, it was supposed to be February, but my now director fought for me to get started in January of the following year. So January of this year. And even that transition, y'all, my plant manager was a butthole about it. When I told him that I had got another job, I thought he was going to be happy for me, because the expectation was always going to be for me to rotate off of this program and find something full-time in the company. No, he called, like, I called him to let him know I thought it was a professional thing to do. That man fussed me out so bad, y'all. Like, I can't even remember word for word, but that was the day, like, the niceness turned off. Like, I gave him a call and I was like, well, I teamed him. I set some time on his calendar to let him know I got the job. And when he was just like, oh, you're leaving us too, da 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 da. I said, Rob, this is nothing new. You knew when I came into this position that I was going to be leaving in a year. Why are you acting so brand new? But it was because everybody was leaving him, okay? I called HR and let them know like how he was responding, how they was reacting. And basically they told me he gonna just have to get over it, okay? I don't know if he ever did, but that's what they said, okay? So when I knew HR had my back, he couldn't tell me nothing, okay? And that was not the first time me and him kind of had like a little tiff. After that, we kind of like was going back and forth. And yeah, all I'm gonna say is God don't like ugly, because I just found out that he has been since forced to retire. Not to say that I wish bad on anybody, but I'm just saying, watch how you treat God's children, okay? Watch them, okay? And the reason I know he was, I'm not gonna start gossiping with y'all, but just watch how you treat people, okay? Especially God's children. We're all God's children, but some of us, we talk to him on the regular, okay? When I found out when I was down here that I got the job, I immediately, like literally same day, started looking for apartments. I literally was like on my Zoom trying to find somewhere to stay, okay? And so I found this one apartment. I loved it, okay? It was downtown Birmingham, but y'all, it was $2,400. I was willing to pay it. I'm not even gonna cap. I caught myself living in the trenches while I was in South Carolina to save some money. I was trying to save some money, and y'all, because I like was being so cheap, I hated where I lived. It was not nice at all, and it affected my mental so bad, so bad. And so I said, I'm working from home, I'm getting a raise, I'm going to stay somewhere nice. Like, I deserve to stay somewhere nice. So anyways, I found me a $2,400 apartment, and I was like, I'm going to get it in the middle of downtown. I'm going to get it, okay? Y'all, $2,400 base. Did not include utilities, did not include internet, did not include the extra parking spot that we were going to need, because Q has a car too. They only supplied one. So anyways, it was just like a hard pill to swallow. And I was just like, Birmingham's not going to have any other nice place to stay. So Q was like, I hate living in apartments. He's used to living in a house. He was raised in a house. So he was just like, let's try to find a house. And I was like, Birmingham ain't got nothing to offer me house-wise. Like, I ain't gonna cap. I'm a little bougie. I had written the city off. And he was just like, okay, if that's what you want to do. He didn't even fight me on it, y'all. So anyways, I returned back to South Carolina, and I started looking for homes on the internet, just looking at like new construction communities, because I want something new, okay? I found some nice houses. I'm like, oh, these are gorgeous. I found this one community, absolutely loved it, absolutely loved it. I found another community, absolutely hated it, but I was just like, these houses are so expensive, like I can't afford these. Like, to buy a home, can't do it. Yeah, and that's where everything really kicked off. And y'all, I'm gonna drop another vlog for my home buying experience, because boy, I could talk about that for 3 hours by itself, okay? I had so many downs, so many ups, but I will say, all in all, God really came through. And y'all, that is an understatement, y'all. Just to think that 1 week before I started looking for homes, I didn't even want a house. It's crazy. Q would be like, let's buy a home, let's buy a home. And I'd be like, no, like, I'm young, I'm lit. This is probably gonna be the last time in my life that I can stay in a luxury apartment before we have kids and yada yada yada. And I just didn't want a house. And y'all, when I tell you, I went to Alabama to search for a house. I gave myself 7 days to find a house. And y'all, I found a home. I found a home, y'all. What's so crazy about it is, you have your own plans, but God has plans for you as well, y'all. Like, it's so crazy. Think about it now. I'm so blessed. I'm so blessed, y'all. So anyways, I say that because I came down here And the house that I absolutely hated, I was not going to look at it. The house that I absolutely loved was the first home I looked at, y'all. Out of my budget. Out of my budget. I loved it, but just the base model of the house was like right at what I had got approved for, and I just knew it just wasn't for me. So anyways, I looked at so many neighborhoods, so many homes. I found a realtor like this, and he was wonderful. We looked at so many homes, and y'all, the day before I was getting ready to leave to go back to South Carolina, I texted my realtor and I was like, let's go look at this house that I hate. Let's just go look at it. Y'all, how about we got here, and as soon as we stepped foot in the house, I knew that this one was the one. I knew that it was the one for me. It was like God spoke to me. I get this feeling when I know something is for me, and I got that feeling, y'all. Like, the seller of the community, she took us around to other like homes, but like when we were looking at the houses, I was just like, no, that first one we looked at, that's for me. Like, that's for us. And so my realtor, being a realtor, trying to play hard to get with the seller or whatever, was just like, we'll be in contact, we'll let you know. So she walks away, and I look at my realtor and I looked at my husband, I go, that's it. He was just like, we can take some time to think about it and we can figure out if we want to put in an offer. I was like, there's nothing to think about. I told him, I said, there's nothing to think about. I said, this is the one. And so he called her that like as soon as we left, and was just like, my buyers love it. They want to buy it. And so y'all, that day he called me and he was just like, she said that she can go under contract with y'all tomorrow if y'all want to. Y'all, the day I was getting ready to leave to go back to South Carolina, we went under contract for a house. I think that's so crazy because like 2 weeks prior to that, I was sold on this apartment, was not thinking about a house, but we went under contract, y'all. We were so unprepared, but my testimony is, and I feel like this video really is turning into a testimony. If God has something meant for you, it doesn't matter how unprepared you are for something, he's going to prepare the table for you. You know, he's going to set the table for you. He's going to make a way, because y'all, we did not even have I think they were only asking for 1% down. It was $4,000. We didn't even have $4,000 to put down in the house, okay? So my realtor called the seller back and was like, can they put down $1,000? And she accepted it. She was like, yeah, they could put down one. I called my dad up and I said, listen, we need some money stats, okay? So my dad ended up sending us some money, and we came up with this whole plan because it was going to be like about 3 months before the house was ready to move into it anyway. We came up with this whole plan, y'all, to save up. I'm going to just be extremely transparent with y'all, to save up about $15,000. I lived off of noodles, did not get my hair done. I pulled everything I could, and basically we were able to get the house, y'all. We did not need any assistance loan for our down payment. Not only were we able to come up with that $15,000 in those 3 months between me, Q, my friends, family, people from work even helped us get this money, y'all. We were able to come up with much more than that, okay? So, long story long, because at this point it's not short anymore. I'm in a house now, y'all. I am a homeowner. I am officially a homeowner, y'all. We closed on our house February 28th or so. Yeah, so a homeowner at the age of 26, y'all, is insane. God is so good, because you cannot tell me this was going to be my life. So yes, I'm here. I vlogged that whole journey. I did not do like an empty house tour, but my house is still fairly empty. So I am going to be putting out plenty of home content, y'all, because it has been so much fun decorating, and sometimes I feel really, really guilty because I'm not recording, but being able to just live in the moment and enjoy my blessings has been amazing. You know, it feels awesome. So anyways, I say all that to say that I had to take some time away to level up, and that I did, babe. That I did, and I want to be back. So I'm going to make sure that I pick up my camera and I take y'all along with me as I continue through the journey of home ownership. Okay, so I actually have no idea what else I want to share with you all. But yeah, y'all, all in all, the year has been great. My life has done a complete 180. I was extremely sad with my weight, my living situation, my job, being far away from my husband. And I am no longer any of those things. God is amazing, y'all. God is so amazing. Okay, y'all, I'm back. I had to let my camera charge up a little bit because I've been talking a lot, and apparently she was exhausted from hearing me speak so much. So anyways, I've had no complaints, y'all. Life has just been completely different than what it was just a year ago, you know? And I think that just goes to show, keep persevering, keep trying. You know, God is going to make a way when you don't see a way. Yes, because I remember I was telling y'all about how we didn't even have the money, you know? And I feel like when something is meant for you, God is going to start moving things around to make things happen for you, you know? So, I think I hit pretty much on everything. My new job, weight loss, wedding, new city, new state, new house. All in all, I took off the year not intending on any of this stuff happening. My mental just was not in the space. It was not in the space to pour out more than I was taking in. You know, I feel like I was constantly putting out and putting out for YouTube, but it just was draining. It was draining me mentally, physically, financially, emotionally. I just was not in the space. I just was not happy. But with that being said, hopefully I can start back posting on the tube because I am in a much better place mentally. And yeah, all I have to do is find time to record, y'all. That is what I plan, not record, find time to edit. That is what I plan to do moving forward. So I've had a bunch of ideas. I have a bunch of videos recorded, just gotta crank them out, So yeah, I plan on pushing out my weight loss surgery vlog, my home buying experience vlog. What else I got? I think I recorded a little bit for my housewarming, but I might just clump that in with my home buying experience vlog because it's not a lot of content there. So like I said, I don't know if I was in my content creation bag when I was recording, so they might not be the best quality, but I think that they're going to still be good things to look back on and look back to and watch. Going forward though, I do plan to produce great content. Make sure I record things thoroughly, edit things thoroughly. Don't come on camera looking like this. Okay, I came on looking like this because I was just in the mood. Like I felt inspired. And shout out to all of my friends that kept me inspired. Shout out to my friends that asked me when I was going to be posting my YouTube video, you know. Just to name a few people that really kept me inspired. Bianca, like just with her consistency, watching her YouTube videos kept me inspired. Kia, Jude, I am Chelsea Janae. I don't even think she knows I exist, but her vlogs really kept me going. So I do feel like people don't know it, but YouTube and your YouTube and social media friends can have a huge impact on your life, and so they definitely did. Now that I'm here, life is more stable. I do think that I'll be able to put out more content and show up fully as myself, authentically, genuinely, happily, you know. So I'm excited to be back here. And yeah, y'all, I think that's pretty much it. I know I said I was gonna talk about my plans, but my plans is to get back in my YouTube bag. Cause once again, being fully transparent, I worked my tail off to get monetization. And then y'all found out a few weeks ago that I lost monetization, and I don't really know how you lose it. I don't know if my watch hours just went down or what. I got to get them back up, you know. And I feel like sometimes you got to take a break. Sometimes you got to go backwards to go forward, and I feel like that's where I was at in my life before, so I know it's possible for me to do it again. Okay, thank y'all so much for staying tuned in with me. I feel like I have said a lot. I feel like this is probably the most transparent I've been with you all, and I feel like there's still a lot more I could say, but I was trying to keep it short and sweet. But I think we're sitting at probably around 50 minutes of me just flapping my gums. So I'm sorry if you stay to the end. Thank you so much. Okay, and if you enjoyed this video, please like it, give me a thumbs up. Let me know something down below in the comments, because I've been away for a while and My favorite thing about doing YouTube is engaging with you all. Like, I feel like I had a community of like-minded individuals, and I loved reading y'all's comments. I loved having those conversations and connecting even off of YouTube. So make sure y'all let me know something down below in the comments. It definitely encourages me. And subscribe if you have not. I don't think many people would have sat in this 50-something minute video and not been subscribed. So I'm sure it's probably just the usual gang. But we still here. And I look forward to seeing y'all in another video. Bye. Love y'all. See y'all soon.